Shalom, everyone. Thank you for tuning into my channel, Ready for Africa with Los. About 2 weeks ago, I landed here in Dar es Salaam, Tanzania. I previously lived in America, Arkansas to be exact. While living in America, we decided that, hey, we need to get up out of here. Scripture tells us to flee Babylon, and the Most High revealed that to me that I needed to leave. And so that's what we did. And I am one that has never been outside of the country. Lived in America all my life. And one day, I think it was July 20th, we had flew out. Landed here July 22nd. Yeah, it took about 30 hours to get here, but we made it. And so on my page, what I'll be doing is I'll be giving you a first-hand view of what Africa is really like. I will show you the things that most content creators steer away from. I will show you my goods as well as my bads, things that don't work out. Yesterday I posted a video about, power outages, and guess what? I'm in the midst of a power outage, and I think the power went off early today, so it was about 9 o'clock, and it's about 5:30 here now. So this is probably the longest power outage I've been in, but hey, it is what it is. It's not that big of a deal to me. But in this video today, I will be showing a previous video of my preparation to leave Babylon. So I hope you get some knowledge out of this, some insight. I hope this video helps you. And if you could, please like and subscribe to my channel and follow me on my journey as I try to navigate these African streets, because these streets are wild. Shalom, family. Shalom, peoples. What is the deal? Boy, let me tell you something. So, Scripture says, flee from the land of the north. And then verse 7 says, deliver yourself. And when you read that, on the front end of delivering yourself, and you're staying in America, you question, like, how am I going to be able to deliver myself? How can I move away from here? How is that even possible? And then the funny thing happens is when you start to put forth effort in your faith, and you start seeing things, it's crazy, because all we have to do is start making steps, and then the Most High will move things. And so just I'm recording this now, but I'm not going to post it till I get on the land in the continent, till we touch down in Africa. But so we were trying to figure out, how we going to get out of here. And the thought came, hey, sell your house. Okay, I sell my house, but the market is down. This is, Babylon is about to fall, so we'll see. So I reached out to the realtor that sold us this house. Real nice lady. Said, hey, we think about selling a house, whatever. I told her, say, hey, yeah. She's like, okay, where you moving? I guess in case we was moving somewhere else, she went to help us get another one, which, that's cool. I was like, Africa. It's like, whoa, that's big, whatever. And, I didn't get into the whole scriptural part of it, but, just letting her know, we're about to get out of here, whatever. And, we needed a few months to kind of get the house ready. And she even said herself, houses are not moving the way they used to. And so that right there, you think about that, it's like, okay. Discouragement maybe, but it's truthful. I mean, she wasn't trying to discourage, but she was being truthful. And so, we had a yard sale. And the crazy part is we just so happened to be fasting the week of the first yard sale. I mean, we had fasted the week before. I think we had the days before, and we ended on a Thursday. Yard sale. Man, we made a bunch of money. Like what? Man, I mean, you're not even supposed to make that type of money in a yard sale. Well, we've never made that much money in a yard sale. You know, yeah, never ever. And so it's like, okay, cool. And so we got rid of a lot of stuff. Then had another one. You know, didn't make quite as much, but made a pretty good amount of money. So okay, the Most High is working. And you know what's crazy is on the first yard sale. You know, I think we were supposed to start at 8, but when we opened the garage at like 7, like 7:30 or 7, you know, people were already out there because we had put our stuff out the night before, and people were already out there. Say, hey, what? Or no, they pulled up. They pulled up right after. I'm sorry, I don't want to tell any stories. So, you know, it started. It started 8, but they were like there at like 7:30, buying stuff. It's like, okay, and that has never happened before. But fast forward, okay, so we get the house where we think is ready, and we text her say, hey, you know, we're ready to put it on the market. And she did her little work. And matter of fact, she's on vacation while when you know the realtor's on vacation, you know, while we're putting this house on the market. And so she does a little thing, whatever. It hits the market, I think, at 9 o'clock, and at 3:30, now we have a showing, and those people offered. You know, we had other people offer. It's like I think like 5 or 6 people came within a 2 day span. But the first people came and they offered us, you know, they made an offer, full offer. We ain't gotta fix nothing. And you think about it, that's not supposed to happen. You know, the market is down. The market is down. And so basically our house sold in 6.5 hours. And that's nothing but the most high. In a down market to sell your house and you know what I'm saying? And then they offer full, you know, full. You know, all that we asked for. And then they say we ain't gotta fix nothing, which there isn't really nothing to fix. But I don't know if you can. That fence is leaning a little bit over there. We was gonna fix that, but they don't really care. Don't worry about it. And so I was just thinking, you know, deliver yourself. You know that all that is a faith deal. You know, we have to have faith. Yeah, we're gonna do some work. Yeah, we've been doing work around here. But the Most High is touching everything that we're doing. And this thing is just coming together so beautifully. And then on top of that, you know, you tell somebody, and you know, naysayers are gonna be everywhere. You tell somebody that you're delivering yourself, and people start to come against it. It's like, no, you can't, whatever. Did you think about? Yeah, we've been studying this thing for a long time. You know, just because we haven't told you about it, don't mean that you know we haven't looked into it. But when you're being obedient to what the scripture says, things work out. And so I just wanted to say that. And matter of fact, let me just uh you know, selling the stuff. You know, we still have a lot of stuff to sell, and just watching how these things are working. You know, now we're selling on Facebook Marketplace. You know, we're not even having yards. Well, we may have another one. I don't say that, but things have been popping. I put some on Facebook Market, and boom, it sold. Put something else on there, sold. So Abba is working, you know, and I just thank the Father for, you know, allowing these things to work, you know, because people see deliver themselves, and that turns people around. You know, we're waiting on second Exodus. Okay, okay, but are you going to deliver yourself? You know, are you going to put forth the effort and deliver yourself? Or are we just going to sit around and wait on Abba? Oh, I'm waiting on the Most High. Okay, do that. Yeah, I'm waiting on them too. But in that process of waiting, I'm moving, you know, and our people, you know, we like to wait till the crowd move. You know, as black people, you know, if the crowd get to moving, shoot, we looking around, we ain't got to see what's going on. We gonna move too. We waiting on that. But in this delivering yourself, you have to be willing to go when nobody else goes. When nobody else goes, you have to be willing to go. Shalom, family. So, tell you the Most High is awesome. I'm just adding on to the video. Now, if you noticed earlier, I was laying on a hammock, and you know, we was like, you know, we'll wait till later to sell the hammock. I was like, shoot, go ahead and put the hammock on. And hammock sold. They gave us our price. Most High is just moving. You know, when you make a step, you know, he does everything else. And then look at this. I'm sitting under this really nice umbrella. Yeah, it's sold as well. Just waiting on the guy to come pick it up. And he's already sent me the money. So we have made efforts to deliver ourselves when Abba is doing everything else. All praises to the Most High, Yahuwah. Have you thought about coming to Africa? And if so, holler at your boy. I may be able to help you. I'd love to hear your comments. Like and subscribe. Shalom.